Hello, let's see if I can do 100 naming questions, really 105, in 8 minutes. That's my goal here. So here we go. K2SO4, K is plus 1, SO4 is minus 2. Lithium sulfide, Li2SO4. Potassium bromide, KBr. Cesium iodide, CSI. Calcium phosphide, Ca3P2. Sodium fluoride, NaF, strontium oxide, SRO, beryllium sulfide, BeS, magnesium bromide, MgBr2, lithium oxide, Li2O, strontium chloride, SrCl2, barium bromide, BaBr2, magnesium sulfide, Mgs, magnesium iodide, Mgi2, sodium fluoride, NaF, barium phosphide, Ba3P2, sodium phosphate, Na3PO4, potassium chloride, KCl, lithium nitride, Li3N, calcium sulfide, CaS, rubidium oxide. I might as well pull it all the way through. It's going to be this way. Calcium sulfide, still CaS, rubidium oxide, Rb2O, strontium nitride, Sr3N2, cesium phosphide, Cs3P, magnesium carbonate, MgCO3, beryllium sulfate, BeSO4. What does an ion always have? A charge. What makes an ion polyatomic? More than one type of atom. What do monatomic anions end in? Ide. Which metals form more than one ion? Roman. Which are D and below the stair step. Why don't all metals have Roman numerals? They say many, many have only one charge. So the Roman numeral tells you what the charge is, and you don't have to tell what the charge is if you have that. So quick little recap here. How am I getting these numbers? On your periodic table, you should have in your love and hearts +1, +2, +3, 0, -3, -2, -1, 0. So whatever column you're in there is how you get the charge if you have just one element. And then we have our ion list. And then very quickly, if I have X plus blah, 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 and Y minus Y, in most cases, you'll get X, Y, Y, blah, blah, blah. And notice these are both positive. And that's kind of a quick little shortcut, the crisscross thing. But the idea is to have charges cancel. So let's roll. Manganese 4 oxide. This one's tricky. So I'm going to actually show the work. Manganese 4, oxide is -2. So notice how it takes just 2 O's. So you wouldn't do the crisscrossy thing because you'd have to reduce. You could do the crisscrossy thing, but then you have to reduce it. This is the only correct answer. Iron 3 oxide, Fe2O3. Iron's 3 charge, oxygen's 2 charge. Mercury 2 chloride, Hg plus 2, Cl minus 1. I don't know why I showed the work on that one, but it's HgCl2. Magnesium nitrate. Magnesium is plus 2. Nitrite is -1. Whoops, I don't want to show. I just want to remind, never show charges in a compound. Aluminum iodide, Al(I)3. Potassium bromide, Kbr. Their charges are the same. Sodium bromide, Na. Notice the charge is 1. So just BrO2. Gallium, misspelled, there's 2 L's in gallium. Sulfide, Ga 2s3. Get rid of my floating 2 here. Move it all the way up. Lead 4 carbonate, so that means that lead's charge is +4. Carbonate is CO3 -2, so it takes 2 of them. Pb, to show 2 carbonates, I have to put a 2 outside right there. If I put it inside, that would be 32 oxygens. This 2 out here says I have 2 carbonates. Antimony, Sb, fluoride. Antimony is +3. We show that charge there. Calcium phosphate. Copper 1 oxide, Cu2O. Want to emphasize that the Roman numeral is not the subscript. Okay, that's the charge. Iron 3 sulfide, Fe2S3. Iron 2 sulfide, FeS. Manganese 2 acetate, Mn, parentheses, C2H3O2. I want to show 2 of those. Parenthesize this and drop in the 2. Sodium phosphite, aluminum acetate, AlC2H3O2, taken 3 times. Sodium phosphite, Na3PO3. Notice that phosphite has a charge of 3, and that shows up right there. Where is it? Vanadium 5 sulfite, VSO3, and vanadium is +5, so that means the 2 from sulfite goes there and the 5 goes here. Zinc carbonate, ZnCO3, silver hydroxide, AgOH, vanadium 3 sulfate, V2SO4, 3. Mercury 2 iodide is HgI2. Uranium, HgI2. Uranium 5 nitrate, UNO3. Need 5 of them. That's a 5. Nickel 3 nitride, NIN, like 9 Inch Nails. Have you ever heard of that band? You haven't? Big surprise. Al2SO4, taken 3 times. So again, subscript, show the charge of the opposites. Never have a charge in your final answer. Maybe the last page. Maybe. Oh, now I gotta write the names. I'm gonna switch to typing these because I can type even neater. So escape. Scandium. Ooh, is scandium in the Roman region? It is scandium. Scandium 3 chloride. Hydrogen. Chloride. Platinum 4 oxide. So that one I'm talking about just a second. We know that each oxygen is -2. So I have 2 -2s. So that means combined that's -4. That's why platinum has to be +4. You cancel it. Oh, good old stibium, but here in America we call it antimony. Antimony 5 chlorate. Germanium 4 sulfide. Again, when you have these subscripts, you got to see 2 -2s or -4s. So that tells you where it is. Zinc is in the Roman region, but it's one of the lucky ones that only has 1 charge, so it does not have. It does not have Roman numeral. Vanadium does. Vanadium's charge has to equal sulfate, and sulfate is -2, so vanadium is +2. Copper 2 chloride. Titanium. Again, notice how I love to give you the titanium 4s, the Roman numeral 4s with the oxygens, to make sure you check that. Ooh, we did this the other side of this one before. Nickel 3 nitride. Here I can tell it's nickel 2 because of that guy. Oops, I put a parenthesis there. Nickel 2 phosphate. Cobalt 3 fluoride. Gold 3 oxide, zinc, oops, no Roman numeral for zinc, phosphide, chromium, 6, oh, I didn't make my time, nitrate, sodium, chlorite, sodium, chlorate, hey, I know my ions, sodium iodide, potassium sulfite, rubidium carbonate, aluminum nitrate, aluminum, oh, I'm sorry, I left this one on here, hydride. H can make a negative ion, but not on the test. Oops. Lithium phosphate, sodium hydroxide, sodium oxide. Move this down a bit. Lithium phosphite, because it's PO3, phosphite, potassium, carbonate. I uh-oh'd that one because this is supposed to be K2CO3. Cesium fluoride, gold 2 iodide, potassium, permanganate, and that one I think is supposed to be changed. Probably something else, I'm sorry, but that's what came out for is this is not on the test, sorry. Sodium sulfite, silver, no Roman numeral, sulfate, silver, chloride, silver, sodium acetate. Remember, acetate has 2 ways to be written. Radium fluoride, again not Roman, fluoride, potassium nitrite, iron, well, not irons, 2 sulfide, iron 3 sulfite, iron 2 sulfate, almost there, magnesium sulfide, sodium sulfite, rubidium chloride, chloride, copper 2 hydroxide, magnesium nitride, almost there, copper 1 nitride, and that was a little tricky because you see the 3, it's so tempting to put it there. Lithium hydride, that hydride comes back again. Potassium, oxide, potassium oxide, hope we get that one right. Lithium nitride, darmstadium 3 chloride, I think that's darmstadium. I think that's it. So to that, I will say, toodles.